Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am Ashley. I'm a homeschooling mom with 7 kiddos. Our oldest is in 8th grade and our youngest is 2 years old. I am currently homeschooling 5 of them. Obviously all in different ages and all in different levels, all in different grades. And so I like to do a lot of curriculum videos on here to kind of show you where we're at with all of the different kiddos. Mom stuff, life stuff, travel stuff, etc., etc. If there's ever anything that you want me to dive more into and talk about more, or any subject or video that you have not seen me do before that you are interested in knowing about as it pertains to us, let me know down below. Always up for suggestions. I wanted to do a video today. Ironically, that I was talking to my oldest about this particular topic, and this video obviously is going to be very more of my opinion than of obviously facts. Some facts thrown in, but I wanted to talk about college. My oldest will obviously be going into 9th grade, and he has expressed interest in certain things that he's interested in doing. I'm not sure really how serious those interests are. There are a bunch of different things that kids say all the time, teenagers say all the time. I want to do this, I want to do this. I mean, I for one wanted to be a backup dancer in music videos and go on tour, but that obviously didn't happen. Still a dream, but that didn't obviously happen. So here, I just wanted to give you my thoughts on college. And I am a college graduate. I have a bachelor's degree. My husband has actually 2 bachelor's degrees and a master's. In this day and age, if you are trying to be competitive for a particular job. My husband was laid off right around COVID, the start of COVID. And that went on for, I think maybe 6 months he was laid off. I can't remember exactly. When he was applying to different jobs, having a master's, he was actually finishing up his master's. I'll take that back a second. He was finishing up his master's right at that time. So that kind of worked out well because he could finish that and not worry about anything else but that. But in the showing yourself and proving yourself amongst all these other people that are trying to apply for the same jobs as you, having a master's sets you apart. Having that extra bump, that extra experience, whatever it may be, whether it's hands-on experience, whether it is a college degree, whether it is whatever else it is, you can't be average anymore when you are trying to compete amongst all these people. He was in oil and gas, and so at that time, kind of everyone was trying to get out of oil and gas, it seemed like. And so trying to compete for these other positions that people are trying to get out of that are similar, as engineering, that are similar, was very difficult to make yourself stand out amongst this pool of people. With that being said, obviously, a lot of debt was incurred trying to get masters, trying to finish up bachelors and everything like that. Now, I'm not saying that his degrees did not go unnoticed. He had to have those degrees in order to do this job because in this day and age with that particular career, you have to, like I said, have to have that one up. And so in that particular instance, I believe obviously the college benefited him. It was a necessity. And he knew what he wanted to do and how to get there. for our kids, my kind of teaching on this subject to them is I want you to find out what you want to do. You tell me what you want to do. What is it that you are interested in? College aside, what is it that you are interested in? And we go from there. There are so many people that do trade schools, or simply learned hands-on, simply learned just at the workplace, that make a lot more than what some college graduates make. And that's a fact. Depending on what you're looking at, depending on what trade you're looking at, depending on what degree you're looking at, there are plenty that make more than a college graduate. So my big thing here is that I tell my oldest two actually, you tell me what your interests are. You tell me, not necessarily now, I mean, my oldest start thinking about it, yes. You tell me what it is, what is your ideal job, and we will figure out the path for that. I have wrestled with that. Everybody says you have to get a college education. You don't have to. And I have people that I know that are proof of that. You do not have to have a college education to get a good job. You don't. Now, does it help you? Maybe, depending on where your path is taking you. I have a college degree that was able to get me a job when I first graduated, that was able to secure me a job right before I first graduated. I did not enjoy that job. My college degree is simply a college degree. In my circumstance, it is not, I did not go into something that I wanted to do. I went into something just to have a college degree. That was probably not the best choice overall, but it got me the job straight out of college that I needed to just kind of get into the workforce. Now, shortly after that, probably 2 years after that, I decided that I wanted to work with animals. I wanted to be involved in surgeries. I wanted to be an animal nurse, if for lack of a better term, an animal nurse. I did not go to vet tech school. There are vet tech schools. I was lucky enough and blessed enough to learn hands-on training at my current veterinarian hospital. That got me in the door. I learned everything I needed to know. I could not do specialist hospitals. I could not do veterinary specialist hospitals because I didn't have a degree, but that was not my plan. My plan was to just do, work at a veterinary hospital and, assist in surgeries and assist with appointments and assist with, just taking care of and meds and all that kind of stuff, the animals that were there. I was not planning on doing an ER, veterinary emergency nurse. I was not planning on being that. I was not planning on being in a specialist hospital. And so for me, that was fine. My college degree had nothing to do with that, but it ended up being what I wanted to do. And if I had kind of listened to myself prior to picking out a degree, then maybe I would have gotten further. But that's besides the point, because that ended up not being my calling and my purpose. What I do now is my calling and my purpose, which does not require a college degree, but at least I have one. So there's a lot of debate. There's a lot of debate on whether college, some people are very, much, you go to college, you get your degree. I don't care what it's in. You have to have an education, a higher education, and you have to finish, and you have to have a degree. But that does not guarantee you anything, guys. It does not guarantee you a thing. I want to be very open with my kids in telling them that you go for your interests. If you can make money doing that, it might not be a huge salary, but if it's enough for you to live on and you're happy with that, you find your interest and you just go with it. For example, my second kid, she wants to be a marine biologist. She also wants to be a dance teacher. You can do both of those. You can do both of those. In Texas, there are plenty of schools that you can go to that are excellent along the coast for marine biology. You can do that. And then aside from classes, you can teach dance after if you want to. There are a lot of options, and I like to think about those, and I like to have them think about that and just kind of have that going on in their head. What are my interests? What ideally would be a great job? Now, sometimes your kid might say, I want to be an astronaut. Okay, that might be a little bit harder to attain. Things like that it's like, well, sometimes it's just kind of luck that you get to do these things. Or this might require a huge move to whatever state to do this job. But I want just to be very flexible and not push college on them. That is kind of my thinking. And I know a lot of people that are kind of like that. And some people say, no, I don't want you to go to college. You don't need college. Some might work and take over a family business. That family business might be booming and you might be a millionaire from that family business and not need an ounce of college. It is so specific to each person and to each family. I just cannot imagine telling my kids you have to have a college degree to get anywhere in life, because it's simply not true. So I just wanted to throw that out there, with my oldest being in high school, starting high school next year, and kind of having those thoughts and, just thinking about what are we going to be doing? What do we want to be looking at? And especially as we start looking into electives, and electives with homeschool are very easy. There is not any specifics with electives in homeschool. So I want to be very open with them that is not my thinking. That's just not what I think. You can't put everybody in a bubble and expect everybody to do the same thing and have the same path. Everybody is going to have different paths and different ways to attain their goals and to attain what they want to do in the end. So I just wanted to throw that out there, because I feel like a lot of people, especially if you're watching my content for the older grades, might wonder what my thoughts are on that and how to kind of prepare them as they go into high school, thinking about those things. So let me know what your thoughts are on college, if you deem it a necessity, or if you are just kind of like whatever, or if you kind of let them decide, or, there's just so many different ways to approach it. So just curious how you guys think about that topic. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will keep you guys updated on how it progresses and how we kind of navigate this new era of parenting. So let me know if you guys have any questions down below. I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.